And we're also recording this. So once again, thank you guys for attending today's RPR presentation. We are going to record this presentation and we'll be able to share a copy of it with you at the conclusion of the webinar today. We're also going to include a PDF or a link to a copy of our PowerPoint, so you'll have that available as well. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm attempting to stream it, but it doesn't look like it's happening. So we'll just try to move on since we're already a few minutes past the top of the hour. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my video and I'll come back on at the end to see how it went for everyone. So hang tight. Anyway, okay, so welcome all of you to the second webinar of our new 4-part series. These special classes were designed to help you adjust to the unique and interesting market challenges that we're all now facing. My name is Katie Gleboff, and I have with me today my fellow RPR trainers, Joe Teeter and Valerie Rivers. First off, on behalf of everyone at RPR, we want to thank you for your time today, and we hope that you are doing and staying well. NAR has been working hard for you in a number of ways, and we will be sharing a variety of resources with you throughout this webinar series. Our goal in this series is to provide you with a few tips and tricks to help you maintain and build your business, as well as adjust to this so-called new normal, and at a time when the typical spring market may be taking on a different flavor than we're all accustomed to seeing. Across the country, your clients and customers, prospective buyers and sellers are looking to you for guidance. They're unsure of many things these days, and your market expertise is more important than ever. So last week we started with maintaining and building your sphere of influence. Today we're going to focus on social media and online communication tools. So let's get started with part 2. Today we want to cover social media and online communication tools. So what we're going to talk about a little bit is just expand on what we did last week. We went in, I shared with you how to create the neighborhood report and the market area activity reports. So we're going to go into RPR and take a look at those reports again to regenerate them easily to keep that communication flow going out to our clients. We're also going to jump onto RPR mobile so I can share with you some other options just to keep yourself updated with activity and how to keep maybe your clients up to date with activity as well. Then we're going to share a couple of resources with you that we've gathered from many different sources. So we have stuff on Facebook, and we have stuff on Canva, and we have stuff on Zoom. So we just want to touch base and share with you some ideas and tools on your video meetings, appointments, some social media ideas, and then of course, some tools that NAR has provided for you as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. In order to do that, we are going to start with our RPR desktop. So here we are at our home page. And again, we're just building on what we did last week. So we've been now pivoting from our normal real estate operations and moving into a virtual format. So if I had my activity report ran and generated for a few different market areas last week, I want to be able to efficiently come into RPR and run those reports easily with using the most minimal amount of time. So what I'm going to do is jump right into my reports right from the upper right hand side of my RPR homepage. So you're going to see that reports icon, and it's going to bring us right into our reports homepage. So remember last week we touched base a little bit on customizing their profile. You can include those custom pages. So make sure you get your COVID-19 flyer for how you like to communicate, maybe some things industry related that's going on, how COVID-19 is affecting your market, what buyers and sellers can or can't do depending on local regulations, how to exercise in stay-at-home mode. So you can add that information into RPR through those custom pages. You just select add at the bottom. You can upload that information easily, and then you can put it at the beginning or at the end of a report once you've generated the report. But go back to that demo area that we used last week, and I have a sphere of influence that's looking for properties in Meadowview. So this really works in a buyer scenario. If you had buyers that really want to be in a neighborhood, and if the right house still comes up for sale in that neighborhood, they would entertain buying it. Maybe you have a have to seller in a particular neighborhood and you still want to keep them up to date with that competition report. So once you generate that report, RPR makes it very easy for you to come in and regenerate that report without having to execute that search all over again. And it comes down to this little orange circle that we have right here. So you do have that little orange circle right here. So from there, I want to just give you a refresh on what our market area activity report is. Again, this gives you the outline of the neighborhood. It's going to have my agent bio. It's going to have those beautiful heat maps to give us that estimate of market value over the last 24 months. We're going to get that snapshot of that 12-month change in estimated value, our concentration of distressed properties. We're going to get that list price. We're going to get that sales price. And then it's going to go through and highlight all of the new listings, the pendings, the price changes. We're going to get that line item summary. And it's going to be broken down by status. Okay. Well, keep in mind our reports are static PDF documents. So as properties continue to have price changes, as properties continue to be added to the market, this report is not going to automatically update. We generated this report almost exactly a week ago. So I'm going to click on this little orange bubble that you see, and that's going to open up this little dialog box. And from this little dialog box, we have the ability to download the report. We can rerun the report, and we can share on Facebook. So I'm going to come in and just rerun this report, and we're going to get a notification that our report is generating. So I want to come down and I'm going to select the close option, and I'm going to close this dialog box. And what happens when we come back to our reports page, you'll now see that our Meadowview report is regenerating. We'll have all new updated properties within our report. So we're going to give it just a minute to finalize. Again, if you have maybe a new listing that had a price change, you could come in and regenerate that report as well to get that new date and timestamp. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the home page, and what I want to do now is jump into our mobile device and just share with you some tools of our mobile. So here we are. This is my phone. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on Do Not Disturb real quick so I don't get any activity. And then we're going to jump into our RPR app. And there's a couple of things in the RPR app that I want to share with you. The first thing I want to share with you is our notifications. And to access our notifications, I'm going to go into our preferences and settings on the app. And that is just that gear that you see on the upper left-hand side. Now, I can't maximize this screen because this is just a display of my actual mobile device. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And then what we want to click into is the notifications. And what this does is it allows RPR to send you a push notification. So if you happen to have a saved property and that saved property has a status change, maybe it goes from active to under contract, or it goes from off market to active, or it goes from active to expired. Maybe there's a list price change and you have it saved as a favorite for your buyer. Or there's a property that has an estimated change in value. You can toggle these switches on to yes, and then whether you're in the app or in the desktop or not, you will receive that push notification when that activity occurs. So you can go ahead and just click the notification. It's going to open up the RPR app. It's going to bring you right up to your property where you can very easily regenerate that report on the fly. If you have a new listing, you can be notified anytime your new listing hits RPR or has a change in its estimated value. And then anytime you generate a report, you'll also receive a push notification that your report has been generated. So these push notifications are really helpful just to keep you up to date with what's going on with your properties and your saved properties within RPR. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on that right side of my mobile device, which is going to save my notification activations and bring me back to my home page. So the next thing I want to share with you through our RPR app is the ability to keep your clients up to date with new properties. So if you have prospects, whether those prospects are potential buyers, or you want to keep potential sellers up to date with what's going on with properties around their neighborhood, you can create what we call a buyer tour report. But again, the report can be used in multiple scenarios. So from the home page, I'm going to click right down to the reports button on the lower left-hand side. That's going to open up my reports page. And as soon as it opens up, it's going to pinpoint my location, which happens to be in the El Dorado Lakes Golf Community in Gilbert, Arizona. But that's not where I want to pull up properties. I want to pull up properties in Meadowview. So I'm just going to delete that location and I'm going to type in Meadowview. Now, if you're not one to type, you will see at the end of this search field, there is a little microphone. You can actually click on that microphone and speak in, and it'll be able to pick up your location. Let me just go ahead and correct my, Meadowview. I mistyped there. So once I have the name of my neighborhood in, I'm just going to hit search. It's going to bring it right into my search field. And then you will see here I can create a market area activity report, which is the report we just previewed from the desktop. I can create a neighborhood report, and I can also create a buyer tour. And what's going to happen is it's going to pull up all of the properties in Meadowview, and all of the properties with the N on them are newly listed properties. So I can come in and either from my map view, I can select the properties that I want to add to my tour, or I can hit that button that says list at the top. And that's going to bring me into my list view, and I can scroll through this way and see the properties that are in my tour, and I can add new properties to my tour as well. Once I have all of my properties added to the tour, I'm going to go ahead and select next. I can change the order if I want to. I can add notes for my client and include those in my report. I'm going to go ahead and select next, where I can customize my report sections, and I can customize my cover page elements. I can select next. That gives me the ability to download the report, or I can email it direct to my clients. You have that little circle with the plus box, which allows you to pull up your contact list from your mobile device. So you can take advantage of that as well. You can hit get report. It's going to go ahead and generate a report. You're going to receive a notification for when that report has been generated. So what I want to do now is just hit exit reports, and it's going to take us back to the home page. But let's go ahead and go into our recent, which is just to the right of our reports button on the bottom. I can see recent properties that we've looked at, recent searches that we've executed, and recent reports that we've generated. So there is that market area activity report that we created from our desktop. Remember, your mobile app syncs automatically with your desktop and vice versa. So I can pull up that updated Meadowview report and look at all of the information. I can see all of the updated properties, all the new listings, all the price changes. And then of course, if we want to share that report, we can select the share option under the report. We're going to click continue because we're going to obey by all IDX rules and regulations. And then you can text message it, but you can also mail it. You can send it through Facebook. You can tweet it. You can send it to next door. You can Skype it. You can use Facebook Messenger. Pay attention to the more button on your mobile device, because you'll see all of the apps that you're able to share this information through, and you can add those apps to your home screen. So you do have the ability to send it to even more than one app. Let's go ahead and take a minute to look at that buyer tour report. I love this report. You get that side by side of those properties, and then you get a full detailed view of each property, and I can scroll in and you can see where those notes would appear in that report. But it does make for a really nice report to keep your sellers up to date with recent sales, as well as keep buyers up to date with potential new properties. So that's going to be it for our RPR live demonstration. I'm going to turn things over to Jo, and she's going to talk about those social media and online communication tools that you have at your fingertips.
Hi, everyone. Katie was just showing you how to do a buyer tour report, and this is really a good one to keep your clients informed as to what's going on in the market during these times when we really can't be out showing properties. So you could generate a buyer tour report to send out to them with all the new listings, and then if they need more information on those properties, then you could go ahead and send one of the other reports, such as the mini property report or the property report, to give them more information about that particular property. And then maybe work on doing a virtual tour for that property, or have the listing agent do it, or you could even have the homeowner do a virtual tour of the property, walking you through the property and talking about it. And then you could send them that little short video on that. So kind of have to think out of the box a little bit nowadays with the way things are. But there are ways to work around these issues that we are currently having. But anyway, use your phone. You know, you've got the videos, you've got that information. And again, she showed you how to use your RPR mobile app that you can send these reports out to them. So you don't have to wait to go back to your desktop. If you get a client, customer that, or someone on the street that, or, you know, neighbor that wants to know about some information, you can just pull up your app and then go in and send a report on the property that they're wanting to more information on. So you have all that at your fingertips. virtually, and it's just great to send it out. Also, make sure that you update your Facebook, LinkedIn, your other online profiles. Keep posting to those. People are looking at that. They're spending a lot of time on social media nowadays. So get out there and join the group, so to speak. Create a business page on Facebook if you haven't already done so. That's a great place to also send all of your clients and customers to, and keep them posted on the real estate market as well as what's happening with the COVID-19. If you do have a real estate website, update your message frequently on that site. Update with the coronavirus updates for your area. Keep them informed about the real estate market, just to name a few. Also, when you're staying in contact, I really recommend that you stay in contact with them at least once a week. And you want to see how they're doing, show them that you care and that you're concerned about how they're doing, and ask how you can help them, whether they need to get groceries, they can't get out and get groceries, maybe they need medicine, maybe they're missing their friends, their family, they're bored, or they need to figure out how to exercise. If you can be of assistance to them and kind of help them with some of these ideas on how they can, do a virtual meeting like we're doing today, or, how they can get together with their family, maybe through a Zoom meeting. So there's a lot of different things we can do to help everybody that's kind of going through the same boat that we are. You want to change screens there? There you go. Some of the meeting platforms, Zoom does have a free version where you can meet for 40 minutes. And so this is a great way to meet with your clients. And that way you can see face-to-face. Sometimes it's better to go face-to-face rather than just talking on the phone. That way you can really see how they're doing and what they're struggling with. Blue Jeans is another one. GoToMeeting, Skype. WebEx also has a free personal account if you want to do that. So there's some options there for you. And then on Facebook, check out the Facebook downloadable templates. There are templates in there that can help you get started with customer communications. Tips to keep in touch. You want to share frequent updates. So posting to Facebook there. That's a great way to keep your customers informed when you're experiencing changes. Announce your adjusted hours that you're having, share measures that you're taking to keep safe, or you can explain ways that the customers can still place orders, with your business, how you can keep them informed about the market, whether they're ready to list their property or they're ready to buy. Our customers are still out there looking at properties, and they may need more information than they get on their website. So you have the opportunity now to stay in touch and sending out the reports to them. Keeping up with customer relationships, customers can contact you directly on Facebook. If your normal hours have changed or your business is closed, make sure that your page inbox on Facebook is set up. That way you can answer questions. You can save time by setting up automatic responses, to frequently asked questions, especially about the virus and about the market. You can take your events online. So you could have an open house event. If it's a vacant property, that'd be easier to do maybe than one that's currently occupied. So you could do an open house event, something like that. So a live session on Facebook where you're talking about the market, that would be something that you could do. So think out of the box, try to figure out how you can best let them know what's going on and how you can help them in this changing world. There's also, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced Canva. If you go to canva.com, they do have some free flyer templates there. You can customize it with images and colors. You can customize the text, save and then download it. And then you can also share all of those on social media also. So make sure that you check out canva.com. A lot of great opportunities there for you to share. And then the last thing we want to talk about is the video ideas. Again, Facebook Messenger is a great way to share like a 15-second video to everybody on Facebook. The video tours where you could add a listing or you could post it on, and then you could post it online. But make sure you always check with your restrictions for your state and see what, like shelter in place, what you can and cannot do. So always check the different websites in your state to find out what you can do. There's an opportunity here where the client could do the video and then you could do the voiceover. So you could have the homeowner actually do the video walking through the house. They can send it to you. You could do the agent voiceover and talking about the house and then sending it out or posting it on your social media. Again, the Zoom link to the potential seller doing a listing presentation. And then on vacant properties, it's also an easier way to do videos as well. And then on the NAR website, if you go to nar.realtor/right-tools-right-now or right tools right now, there's a lot of great information in here, things that you can download. There's one right here on the digital marketing that might help you with all your social media. So take advantage of that right now. So go into the nar.realtor site, lots of great information in there to view. And there's also a lot of resources in there as well. You'll see some of the links right here, but if you go into the nar.realtor website and up at the top, there is a search bar. And if you just type in coronavirus guide for realtors or open house guide, transaction guide, shelter in place guide, it will pop up to that article and give you a lot of great information on what you can do right now during these times. And then other resources that are also available there is like emerging technology. You can just, again, Google or search emerging technology. There's also virtual tours that you can look at and showings and how to do those. Mabel Guzman has a video on nar.realtor website. If you just search for Mabel Guzman, she will show you how to do a virtual showing during these times. Very well done, so check that out. And then if you guys are into commercial properties, we also have a link here. So there are a lot of commercial information also when you're working with the coronavirus guide in commercial real estate. All right, I know it's a lot of great information. Katie did a great job letting you know kind of some of the things that you can do in RPR. Next week, we're going to be talking about working with buyers virtually. And then the following week, we're going to be talking about conducting virtual listing presentations. So what I'd like you to do today is just try out some of the virtual tours for the video. Start practicing, playing with the video coming up and then posting them on your different social media sites. Keep in mind that you can access RPR at www.narrpr.com or in your MLS. Download the RPR mobile from the App Store or Google Play and then start playing with that and sending yourself some reports just so you can become more familiar with the reports that we have. The blog, don't forget about our blog, blog.narrpr.com. That's where all of our resources are located. Just hover over the learning tab and you'll be able to see all that. Also, you can contact our member support services at 24/7-877-977-7576. And our support links are at the bottom of every page. All right, we want to thank everybody for joining us today for the second class of making the most of RPR during COVID-19. Hopefully this has been beneficial. Any questions? If you have any questions, now's the time to let us know what they are and we can make sure we get to all of these questions answered today.
And don't forget, everyone, we will get, all of you are going to get a copy of this, and you'll also get a copy of our PowerPoint presentation. So all of the links, all of the resources, all of the tools you guys will have access to at the conclusion of the presentation today. So make sure you keep an eye on your inbox for that.
That's just what I was going to say too, Kate. We had several questions about that. So we just want to make sure everybody knows we will be sending you out a link so you can access the recording that way.
All right, everyone. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Make it great. Stay safe, positive.